here with Math Games. Today we're going to do turn 3 and turn 4 of MBT for GMT games. I'm using scenario 1 with the advanced rules, and the optional rule I'm using is the bog optional rule. All the bog optional rules says if you enter a hex before you can leave certain types of terrain hexes, you have to make a roll. Otherwise, you have to stop for that turn. All right, so first thing we got to do is see if there's anybody that's not spotted. So looking over here, everybody looks to be spotted on the left, right? They're spotted. Let's go down. All of those, well, that tank right there is not spotted. I can remove its spot mark. Just because it's in that gully right there. All right, moving to the center. And I believe that those vehicles in this, well, let's take a look. So the one I'm wondering about is from here over there. Yeah, they'd be spotted. There's no blockage there. How about the other one? Go from here to there. They're spotted over here. Okay, let's see who he can spot. He can spot him, him, and him. So all those are, that first one spotted too. I'm just gonna mark that with spot marker. Put spot move, it doesn't matter. Next, I'll go up here. Now that's interesting. I don't know if this group is spotted right there. So let me take a look. Spotting reticule. All right, spotted, spotted. So those three are spotted. The unit on the hill, are they spotted by anybody? Let's check. Okay. Oops. See, the thing is, all the trees are everywhere. Well, yeah, they are spotted. They're spotted by them. So I can give a spot marker. And just put a quick spot move marker on them. All right, these three units are definitely not spotted. And those units are not spotted. So I can remove the spot move marker from all of these. Here, those units. Spotted and spotted. So everybody else is spotted. Okay, so that's the spotting phase. Now we do the command phase. So I'm a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And the Americans have how many? 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The Americans have 15. Okay. Cross, it's on the B chart. Americans have 6, 9. Americans have 9, Soviets have 8. Okay, so who's doing what? Those two are going to fire. Going to be a lot of fire this turn. Fire. Okay. They are in the wide open without cover. I don't like that. I'm going to give them a short halt. Those units, I'm going to give a short halt. So that's 3. those units I'm going to give a fire command. 4, 5, 6, 7, and over here I have to give some commands. We give those first two a move command. 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now the Soviets have how many vehicles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. I believe the Soviets had 7 commands. I believe the Soviets had 10 and 4. Oh, the Americans had 9 commands. Yeah, the Americans had 9, the Soviets have 8. So I can actually give the unit right there a move command. So everybody in the American force has a command. Now for the Soviets, he is going to have a fire command. And those two are going to have a fire command. And those two are going to have a fire command. And he's going to have a movement command. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those units are going to have a move. 5, 6, and 7. All right, so that's the command phase. Now we roll for initiative. NATO first. 46. Soviets 20. So once again, NATO gets the jump on the Soviets as far as firing. Okay, so who's going to fire at what? That is the question. I got a lot of units firing. Many, many units. So who, first of all, who's going to fire against this one? I'm going to say that he's going to fire against this one. Then these two are going to fire against this one. Well, first I'm going to do this one right here. This unit fire against this unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be point blank range. And here's a short haul command. So it's going to be -2. So it's just going to be a -2 for because of the stabilization. Point blank, -2. Yep. Point blank -2. He needs a 72 to hit. All right. Let's see if I actually rolled. Yeah, I did. So I got another 20. All right. So the hit location is going to be, it's going to be turret front, and the attack will be a 0. So that's going to be a brew up if I get penetration. So point blank range, 110, and then the Soviet vehicle front level is 90. That's going to be a brew up. Boom. Good shooting. And shooting while on the move. Okay, so I want to move, remove that. And damage. Brew up. Boom. All right. Did I put 2 brew ups there? Okay. So brew up smoke, and he will flip that, will be flipped over to the move side. So I said these two are going to fire against this one right here. All right. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're going to fight against that one right there. Or this one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either way, it's point blank range. Yep. All right. So these two are going to fire point blank range. No modifiers. I need a 90 to hit. 2 chances to get a 90. First one misses, and second one hits with 68. Okay. So that's a front hit. I rolled a 6 on a front hit. Hull front. So the hull front for this vehicle, level from front, hull front is 80. And that has penetration. And now what I roll for the 8? So that's a brew up. Wow. So some good shooting by the American player here. All right. And the second one already fired because they would have fired simultaneously. So I'm going to mark all those with a spot fire. There you go. And that'll be a spot fire. All right. Make sure of that. Okay. So these two right here. So I'm going to do these two first. Well, I don't even know if they have a target. Those two don't have a target. Yep, they don't, because they're what would have been their target is already brewed up. So let's delete that and let's take off the modifier. I mean the spotted modifier. All right, so now we have this one and this one are going to fire at that one. I don't want to sight check. Boom. Okay, so they're both short range, and -2 because of the stabilization modifier. So they both need 56 to hit. They have 2 chances to get 56. 02. All right, so that right there automatically, because of the 0, that's a headquarters vehicle too. So that right there is a track hit. Now I got to roll. See, crew doesn't bail. All right, so the second vehicle shooting 67, so that's a miss. So those two fired. I switch it over to fire, and I want to mark them as spotted spot fire. All right. And I believe I have one more. I have 2 more vehicles. I don't think they even have a target now. No, because they would have been firing. They should have fired at that vehicle. But they lost their chance because I didn't announce it. Let's see if I can reach. See, oops. Okay, I want to see if they can reach any other vehicle in that group right there. So, see, line of sight's blocked by the trees everywhere you go. So they lost their chance to fire. Should have announced that they were firing against this vehicle right here. All right, I believe that's it for the NATO/American forces. Now the Soviet forces. So this unit, who's he gonna fire at? Let's see. Okay, he can't see him, he can't see him. He can see him. Fortunately, can't see him. So we're gonna be right here. Oh no, but look, it's not going in a constant slope, so I can't even fire against them. Because that's not a constant slope. So he actually, oh, he might have a target over here. Oops. Yep. Because the last sight of those buildings, those create a 2-hex blind spot. If you were following the other games, I have a chart that I use that shows the blind spot, 2-hex blind spot, so he does have a shot against that. It's range 14. I have to figure what kind of ammo I'm going to use. So that's going to be a medium shot. So it's going to be medium and the target's moving. It's going to be -2. So medium -2, it's also a falling shot. So I need a 40 to hit. So I'll make sure I don't have any other options for firing. Yep, that's going to be it. So that needs a 40 to hit, 44, and that misses. So I move that fire marker, remove the fire marker. I mark that for spotting purposes as a fire. Spot fire. Now I got 2 vehicles, this vehicle and this vehicle. Okay. One vehicle's going to fire against them, and the other vehicle is going to fire against them. So first, this vehicle right here, 1, 2. So short range, -1 for the light woods, +1 for the target size. It'll be a straight up point blank range. I need a 90 to hit. 60. So I hit, and if it penetrates, it'll be a brew up. So I got 6 from the front. Hull front. Penetration factor is 108. American hull front. Level shot. Level hull front. 48. So that hits, and 0 is a 10. So that brews up. Damage, brew up. Boom. And the second vehicle is going to fire against this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Short range, I believe -2 because that's medium woods. Woods. Medium, yeah, medium cover. So short range, medium cover, +1 for the target size. So -3, +1 for the target size, -3, +1, -2. 3. So it's short range, -2 will be 56 to hit, and 58, and they miss. And that gets deleted, and these are both marked with fire. They're fired. Spot fire. All right. So does anybody else have any fire? Negative. All right. So now we go on to the movement phase. Soviets move first because they fired last. That's a gully. I want to see the cost. I just want. Pretty sure I know what gully, but it's not a ditch. Okay, so it's 2 to move into a gully hex, and to move out 1 through 15, and it's bog. Just a minute. All right, so 1 through 15, and it bogs. Doesn't bog, so I can move 5 movement points. I want to get to right there, so I can claim that. Or do I want to just get to a position where I can fire? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about if I just move forward? Right there. How about if I just, oh no, I'm better off getting into this fight. Turn left. 1, 2. Roll to see if I can move. All right, so he's bogged. So that ends the turn right there. So I can't move any further. He bogged down. Because 1 through 15, and that's bog, and we'll leave the hex bog. Okay. What other movement do I have here? I'm gonna park these right there. And I'm going through the alley, so there's no bog possibility. I'm not going into the woods. Right there. Ooh. Matter of fact, I should just try to enter the buildings here. I should try to enter the buildings here rather than just remaining in the alleys. Because if I can, let me pause this. So here, I'm going to try enter the building. So I'm going to go on chart B. So it says go to chart B, building effects table. Right? So there's a terrain effects table, but there's also somewhere here building. I think it's down here. Okay, right here. Building. Vehicle into. Right. So first I have to see if there's a hit. So it's +5 per GP defense. So what's the GP defense of that vehicle? So the GP defense of that vehicle is GPD is 8A. I'm not sure if we use that or GP defense here. So I'm going to add 5. We're going to multiply the GP defense factor times 5. So 8 times 5 is 40. So I'm going to roll the dice and add 40. And if the number's between 1 and 50, then it's going to either be a tract or other type of damage. 7. So 7 plus 4 is 47. So that means it's a hit. So that means entering that wood, it got damaged. So I roll and 1 through 80, it's track. And I rolled a 92, so damaged. So now I roll a 10-sided dice, or do I just use the second factor? Because it says damage 1 through 4, turret damage. Let's see, so normally you would use, I'm just going to use the second factor here. So second factor is 0, 10, so that's going to be hull damage. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to damage, and then that is hull damage, right? Okay, so now I'm going to roll for the other ones. 19 plus 40 is 59. Nope. 22 and 40 is 62. And the third one, 18 and 40 is 58. All right, so all those vehicles, except for the first one, no damage. So they're in the building. So now I mark them in the building. So I need an in-building marker. I think that falls under terrain. Let's see. rumble smoke wire, unit markers, spotted bail break, full cover, hull down. I believe it's that one. Let's see. Let's rotate and see what happens. Nope. Change. What does that say? Partial hull down. Hull down. In building. Okay. So now I want to rotate that back. I want to clone it 3 times. Excellent. All right. I believe I have one more here. Okay, there we go. So let's do my in building, and there's one more track here, and that's also going to be in building. Excellent. Let me look at that's right. In building and in building. You go there. Darn it, got it. Why is it? Well, that should work. But it doesn't, of course. Test. What effect does that have? Let's see. All right, so they receive from building, which is a wood building, but they're not in brick and stone buildings, so they don't get the hull down from all angles. Okay. So let's see what that actually gives them as far as bonuses are concerned. So they're in wood buildings. Building wood. Oh, well, it gives them light cover. It would have given, I would have had the same thing. It would have had the same thing if they were in the alleyway. Oh well, okay. Let's see, how about these units right here? These units want to move. I'm going to move them right here. 1, 2. They're going to go right here. There we go. Now they just entered this terrain. If they were to leave this terrain, they would have to do a bog check, just like this guy right here. If he leaves this terrain, he has to do a bog check. So now the American movement phase. So over here, because I have a short halt, normally it would be 5. Now it becomes 2. 1. Oops. 2. And I can remove that. Actually is spot fire. These 2 units right here. 1, 2. Oh, I got it. The clone. Clone. All right, there we go. And just move them right here. This one is right here. I don't think they had a target. So this unit right here, 1, 2, 3. Not much cover there, unfortunately. 1, 3, let's go right there, and they're going to go right. 5. Those units just had a fire command, which they threw away, unfortunately. Okay. So moving to these units right there. Want to move. All right. So far left, these units. Zoom in. All right, so take out these trees. They can't enter the heavy trees, but they can enter the light trees. So he's gonna go first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy right here, he's gonna claim that. All right. Now we just remove the markers, but there's no markers to remove. So that's it. So that's the end of turn 3. So now we're going to go on to turn 4. But that will be for next time. So I'm going to pull back. All right. Okay, anything else that we need to do? All right, so that's turn 3. Next will be turn 4. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.